Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 16 of Sebastian's Movie Game Time. I'm your host, Sebastian, and today, sorry, I'm gonna be talking about the less good movies from 2018 that I saw like in theaters. So let's get started, shall we? First, we have 12 Strong, starring Chris Hemsworth, Michael Shannon, and Michael Pena. 2 out of 3 stars. We have Annihilation, Natalie Portman, Jennifer Jason Leigh, Oscar Isaac, Gina Rodriguez, and Tessa Thompson. 2 out of 3 stars. I like the half bear creature towards the climax or towards the end of the movie. That was cool. Um, so 2 out of 3 stars for Annihilation. Um, Red Sparrow, starring Jennifer Lawrence, Joe Egerton, Charlotte Rampling, and Jeremy Irons. Give it 2 out of 3 stars. A completely different role for Jennifer Lawrence to do. Red Sparrow. So 2 out of 3 stars. Um, Ant-Man and the Wasp. 2 out of 3 stars. I like the humor, fun aspects of it. It was good. I see Michael Douglas, um, Paul Rudd, Michelle Pfeiffer's in it, um, and Lawrence Fishburne. So 2 out of 3 stars for Ant-Man and the Wasp. We have Den of Thieves, starring Gerald Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., and Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, Assassination Nation, about four girls who about one main girl who's been accused of the entire movie takes place in the town of Salem, modern day Salem, and it's about a girl and her three other best girlfriends. They become a target of social media, and everybody's out to come after them because um, it's a social commentary kind of political movie, but the movie Assassination stars where is it? Suki Waterhouse, um, Odysseus Young, and Bill Skarsgård. It's a good female all-star cast movie, Assassination Nation, with political meaning aspects of it, um, fighting back, and you know, it deals with great social, you know, commentary. It really does. So, 2 out of 3 stars for Assassination Nation. Um, Hellfest, starring Amy Farsight, Rhiannon Edwards, Bex Taylor Klaus from the Scream TV series, and Tony Todd. I give Hellfest 2 out of 3 stars. It was good to see Bex Taylor Klaus from the Scream TV series that was on MTV. It was good to see her pop up in Hellfest, so it was good. And Tori Todd is an icon. So, um, Blumhouse's Halloween from 2018, starring Jamie Lee Curtis, Judy Greer, and Will Patton. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, The Nun, the first Nun movie, starring Tessa Formega. Um, 2 out of 3 stars. Mm. Blumhouse's Truth or Dare with Lucy Hale, Violet Binney, and Tyler Posey. 2 out of 3 stars for Blumhouse's Truth or Dare. Avengers Infinity War, starring Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Chris Hemsworth, Scarlett Johansson, Josh Brolin as Daniels, Chadwick Boseman. Um, what can I say about Avengers Infinity War? Okay, first off, let me just say this. I saw Avengers Infinity War at the theater. It was a crowded, packed house theater. I remember. And as soon as Daniel's character snapped his fingers, and then suddenly all the beloved heroes that we as audiences care, like, cheering all these super characters that we like and care about. They all turn to, oh, how can I say this? They turn to ash and dust. And when I, I mean, seriously, when I saw every beloved superhero of we as audiences that we care to love over the years, when all turn to ash and and turn to dust, I was so mad. It's one of those movies because the movie ended completely, you know, disastrous. Like, what? No, not all heroes cannot, because Daniels himself snapped his fingers and wiped off all the beloved heroes. They turned to ash and dust. I was so mad. It was one of those endings. Like, it made me so mad that I just want to yell back at the screen. I was like, no, why are the beloved heroes, Doctor Strange, Peter Parker, Spider Man, and the Guardians heroes, the Wakanda heroes, they all turn to dust. Doctor Strange himself, um, Wanda, uh, Wanda, I mean, it's just a very devastating ending, and it's completely shocking. And I swear to God, when the Avengers Infinity War movie ended, there was a girl like I don't know, like four or three rows down, sitting right next to me, like four or three rows down. And then all of a sudden, the credits roll up, and the little girl that was sitting next to me, like three or four seats down, she got up and said out loud, and you know what? When she said this, I completely agree with this girl. So, and you know what she said? She said, and I completely agree with her on this. She said, the little girl got up from her seat and said about the Avengers Infinity War, saying that I waited a whole year for this to happen. All the superheroes turned to ash and dust. And after she said that, when that little girl said that, I waited a whole year for this to happen. So when she said that, I immediately looked at her and was like, you know what? I agree with you. I agree with you. I waited a whole year for this to happen. I agree with that. I agree with that girl. So I'm not sure if she's watching this. So if she's watching this, if she happens to watch this episode I'm talking about, and if she hears about this, I just want you to know that, if you're out there, I just want you to know I completely agree with you what you said about Avengers Infinity War. I completely 100% agree with you. I waited a whole year for this just like you did. So I understand you. So congratulations on what you said. I believe in that as well. I waited a whole year for this just like the little girl said. So So I give Avengers Infinity War because it has a very devastating ending. 2 out of 3 stars. I'm sorry. Yeah. But, okay. Now we're back to Deadpool 2. Um, I gave Deadpool 2 2 out of 3 stars. Now it's because the first Deadpool movie. The sequel Deadpool stars Ryan Reynolds, obviously. Um, you know, um, and Josh Brolin as the character Cable. So 2 out of 3 stars for Deadpool 2. Upgrade, another Blumhouse movie called Upgrade, starring Logan Marshall Green and Betty Gabriel. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, Action Point. It's a jackass presenting movie starring Johnny Knoxville. Called Action Point. 2 out of 3 stars. There were some couple moments that I thought they were funny, and I laughed out loud. But on top of that, I gave it 2 out of 3 stars for Action Point. Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, starring Chris Pratt, Bryce Dallas Howard, um, James Cromwell, BD Wan, Taylor Levine, and Joe Goldblum. I give Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom 2 out of 3 stars. It has, when I saw this, I mean, it has one of the most it has one of the most saddest scenes I've ever seen. Well, I've seen movies that were sad, but Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, there's a scene in the movie that I just when I saw this, I just felt like I was gonna be in tears. Oh, maybe I shouldn't say what happens in Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom, because I know a lot of you out there have never seen the second Jurassic World movie. So no, you know what? I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna say that there's a scene in the second Jurassic World movie that all the characters are on this steamboat floating away from the island that's about to explode with the volcano erupting. And all I can tell you is that there's one of the most saddest scenes I've ever seen. And I know it's CGI effect, but when you see the movie, you can feel like it's real. So I'll just say it's one of the most saddest scenes in history. And I was just like I was in tears myself. I was trying not to be in tears, but it was the saddest scene. So I'm not gonna say what happens because I know some of you didn't see the second Jurassic World yet. So I'll leave it at that. So I give the second Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom 2 out of 3 stars. Um, what Keeps You Alive, starring Hannah Emily Anderson and Brittany Alvin. I give it 2 out of 3 stars. It's about two women partners who are happen to be married couples, and one woman, she has money inheritance, and then her partner lover, who is the other woman, she turns out to be a killer or a mass murdering person. She's trying to, and throughout the entire movie, the one spouse partner is trying to kill the other her is trying to kill her woman partner just for her to get her money insurance and money inheritance because she has it. So it's I give it 10 out of 3 stars for what keeps you alive. Um, yeah, what else? Lake Placid Legacy, starring Catherine Barrow, Tim Razan, and Saul Bennett, and Luke Newton. I give it 10 out of 3 stars for Lake Placid Legacy. Now, I know why you're saying Lake Placid. There's a sequel. Well, there's like 3 sequels, I believe. Oh, no, no, no. There's 4 sequels of Lake Placid, not just the first one. And this new one called Lake Placid Legacy, um, I give it 10 out of 3 stars. So, okay, now we move on to the other 2018 less good movies that I didn't see like in theaters. So, um, we had the Commuter. Sorry, we had the Commuter, starring Liam Neeson, Patrick Wilson, and Vera Farmiga, and Sam Neill. 2 out of 3 stars for the Commuter with Liam Neeson. Proud Mary, starring Taraji P. Henson and Danny Glover. 2 out of 3 stars. Um, Winchester, starring Helen Mirren. 2 out of 3 stars. 50 Shades Freed, the third and final chapter of the 50 Shades of Grey movies, starring Dakota Johnson and Jimmy Dornan. 2 out of 3 stars for 50 Shades Freed. Disobedience, starring Richard Weisz and Richard McAdams. They play 2 former girlfriends, and they happen to see it. They run into each other years later, and they have like a love and affair relationship. Why why they're both married to husbands, but they secretly have like a love and affair all these years later when they meet up each other again. So it's called Disobedience. I give it 2 out of 3 stars. We have the now this is a Netflix movie called The Kindergarten Teacher. It's a Netflix movie starring Maggie Gyllenhaal and Gail Garcia Barrow. Um, I heard nothing about this movie. The Kindergarten Teacher is Maggie Gyllenhaal, and I give it 2 out of 3 stars. But there's the end. But the movie's about this elementary school teacher. One of her students happens to be very good at saying words like poetry words. And Maggie Gyllenhaal's character, she likes poetry, so she hears one of her students talking about poetry words, and she writes in her book like everything what he's trying to say. So she sees this little boy like she sees something in him, like he's gifted, and And of course, obviously her kindergarten teacher character, talks with her, with the student's dad or father, and the boy's father doesn't want him to become like, you know, what is it like special, or have him not become what he wants to become, and so she kind of takes her student boy under her wing and taking him to all these places, and she does something at the end. Her character does at the end, and at the end of the kindergarten teacher Netflix movie, Maggie Jones' character in the film does something that's completely unsettling and very, I guess, could say, very disturbing. She sees the father pulls his boy out of her class, out of her character's classroom, because she didn't want the dad doesn't want the teacher to teach his son poetry words. So he takes him out of her. So the boy's father takes him out of her class, and one day she just gets in a Maggie Gyllenhaal's character just gets in a car and follows the father, taking his son to another preschool or elementary school, and she follows the boy's father, who's taking his son to another elementary school, and then she sees him, drops off his son, takes off, and she gets out of her car, and she sees the boy playing in the playground with the other kids. And when I saw this scene, it's like, where's her character going to do? I mean, it's broad daylight. What's she going to do? And she tells the boy kid to come over because he's happy to see her, and she tells him, "Can you open the little back gate of the playground?" And suddenly, she just takes him out of. I mean, Maggie Gyllenhaal's character takes the little boy who was her student. She takes the little boy who was her student in her arms, and just takes him out of the elementary school in broad daylight. I want to say not abducting him, but trying to take him away, and then she takes him to like a lake just for her and the little boy just to have fun with each other. So I mean, it's a very unsettling movie, because about a kindergarten teacher who's obsessed with this gifted special student whose girl is saying poetry words. So so I give it out of 3 stars for the kindergarten teacher. Okay, everybody, this is now actually don't. That's everybody. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe, and you get new content episodes every Wednesday. So the Let's Good movies that I talked about today on this episode, this is part one. I have more Let's Good movies that came out in 2018 that I haven't talked about yet. So I'm going to talk more about the second part of the Let's Good movies from 2018 next week. So this is just part one, Let's Good movies 2018 part one. So thank you again, and I'll see you at the movies.